gets me every single time. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? This wonderful hump day. Hump day. We got a very, very special guest today. Somebody who's very near and dear to me as a friend, good pal. He's been a partner with me in this entire endeavor. I'll stop being corny. But my ambassador of Quan, ladies and gentlemen, this is my good friend Liam.
Yep.
Welcome,
That's
Liam.
me.
That's you. How's it going, buddy?
I'm just going to instantly call you out on something and say that I hear us talking through your computer right now.
You hear me? You hear us talking through my computer? How does that make any sense? Huh. Can you still hear us talking through my computer?
Maybe I just need to figure out some StreamYard stuff real quick, and you just let me deal with that.
All right. You do that. In the meantime, while he sorts out his technical difficulties, I just got the all clear that everything sounds good on that end, so it just might be that you hear me twice. We're literally waiting right now for our best ball mini to fill up. There's no sports that I'm currently knowledgeable of to go in and do a pick'em. And with that being said, we'll show you folks how to sign up. We are signing up, or we are drafting today exclusively on Drafters Fantasy Sports. My good friend here, Liam, will show you guys how to get set up and signed up. So go ahead and take it away.
All right. So, yeah, I'm more of the training wheels version. I haven't done the fantasy football like Andrew here has for as many years as I've been alive. So I'm learning as we go along, and that's the benefit is I can try to be that little guinea pig for everyone here. I've already made an account, but just generic here. And if this is overly personal information for me, so boom, it's as simple as that to register. And then at this point, this is where the deposit code comes in, and where I believe it is Disco Drafts 1 is the promo code that Andrew's got. And as you saw, they match already. They double their match bonus of what they're going to give you once you put this in. So already it's going to be worth your while and worth the while of continuing this dream of Big Drafters Energy. So it's as simple as picking either 50, 100, 200, or then personal denomination, right? 125. Then you go to your PayPal. And this is where obviously I won't sign in, do anything like that. Just
sure?
Yeah.
Positive. All right.
I'll probably take a little step back from this point, but just you've been pretty transparent with it. It just this is in US dollars, so at the same time it'll cost you more to get in, but on the flip side of that, you'll win more when you do pay out. So
what's $30,000 or $300,000 in Canadian?
I think you're closing up on 45.
All right. We're still waiting for this draft to fill up. We got 9 people in here. We got spot for 3 more of you beautiful folks. Would love to get you guys in here. But in the meantime, we're going to do what all pros do, and we're going to fill. And by Phil, let's talk about your Green Bay Packers.
I'll do a filibuster right here for the Packers. I'm actually more excited this year going into it than I was last year. Well, no, that's a lie. After, I think it was game 4, right? 3-1. So yeah, it would have been week 5. That's when everything started to go downhill for us. And after that, we kind of felt like we were stuck in limbo. Obviously, watching young guys like Dobbs and Watson was a big deal, and actually seeing us return a kick for the first time since I've been alive was nice with Nixon.
That won't happen anymore, though.
Exactly. They're just changing the rules just to get the pack down. But I'm more excited just because of potential. It felt like last year was kind of one and done. If we made it, great. If not, who knows? But this year is like this is the first time since second time in my career as a Packers fan where we've had like a real changing of the helm. We went from we had Favre back in my day. I grew up watching Favre on Green. Favre. Yeah, probably controversial figure these days, but
oh jeez.
Yeah, maybe we'll skip over that one. But then we have Aaron Rodgers. He's came out of nowhere.
The Fantasy Fellowship just came in here and said, "Go Pack, go!"
Yeah, see?
Mr. Fellowship, are you in this draft with us? Get in here, buddy. I checked out your YouTube page, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in here and you have not done so yet, please, whenever we're done, obviously, go follow the Fantasy Fellowship on YouTube. He's absolutely phenomenal, great content. Top-notch stuff, and his draft tools and draft guides are great. Sorry to cut you off there, Liam. I just had to give a shout out to a great member of the drafters community.
No, I am. Like I said, I'm just learning and meeting people, so I'm happy to be cut off just for a little introduction there. It's
my apologies, buddy.
No.
So with all this Packer talk being said, and your history as a Packers fan being said, I just have a few questions about recent additions. One, are you high on Jayden Reed, or are you kind of hesitant with good old Jayden Reed? Because I'm a big fan. I'm a believer, but I'll let you talk since you're the Pack professional.
I mean, in terms of every player we've added in the wideout, like I have a lot of excitement to watch. I'm curious to see Reed, especially. I personally haven't been watching him or following him probably as much as you have, but I'm eager to see what he's going to bring to the table, and I'm curious to see you because I feel like you're chomping at the teeth to jump in on this.
Well, I mean, if you're looking based on draft capital value as to who's getting paid the most, like if you want to follow the money, Jayden Reed makes the most sense because they spent the highest capital on him, other than Watson, of course, to be the wide receiver 2. So I think he's going to jump Dobbs as the wide receiver 2. The thing I like the most about him is he's that tweener where he's the guy that is going to come in. Oh, draft is starting. Sweet. I'll get right back to that point. He's gonna get into the game no matter what. He's gonna get himself involved early and often. Simply your first draft here, and you're drafting at the 101. Wow.
You know who I have to go with?
Brett Favre. Well, I think you have to go with a divisional rival. I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. I have to go completely against who I want to. But no, yeah, the funny thing I was going to say is with Reed, the benefit is he's also stayed healthy. You don't have Dobbs, just the man of glass.
Oh, we got a Reed comment. Reed was a starting slot wide receiver and 3 wide receiver reps yesterday. Dobbs still the second guy in the 2 wide receiver set. It makes sense. I was talking about the versatility with Reed. He shows that run after catch ability. He is your utility guy. You're going to get Deebo Samuel in a Green Bay Packer uniform with this guy. That's the praise I have for him. That's my player comp. I love Jayden Reed. I love what he brings to the table. And he's not a one-trick pony like Watson. Unfortunately, Watson is I mean, it's not unfortunate because there's very high upside with those deep ball guys who score 70-yard touchdowns, but they also disappear. In a PPR format, I'd much rather invest in a far later round in like the 14th, 15th, even later for Jayden Reed than reaching in a top 3, top 4 round for Christian Watson. And you can also get great correlation and great stackage with Jordan Love later on. So I'm very curious to see how you draft, buddy. I'm a big fan of you as a human being. I'm a big fan of your football knowledge. So I'm excited to have you in here, and it's a pleasure to have you in here as well, Senior Fantasy Fellowship. You're up. You're on the clock. Let's go.
Well, It's in the queue. Do I just draw it out to build up?
You just dropped out. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Good pick.
Yeah, yeah.
We're at the
There's-
104. Justin Jefferson goes 101. Jamar Chase 102. Surprise, surprise. The first couple rounds, there's never anything exciting. It's always the absolute same. Cooper Kupp off the board relatively early. I would like to go running back here, but I'm not sure about the wide receiver value later on. Let's go running back. Let's go CMC. It is PPR format, so it's like you're drafting a wide receiver, but way more upside. So we'll see what Gort. I've been in quite a few drafts with Gortat so far. I think we were even in a draft. Travis Kelce goes off at the 105. Expect that Patrick Mahomes stack later on. Tyreek Hill off the board. All right, Fellowship, you're up. Let's see what you go with here. He was talking about Bijan yesterday. He was judging me on me taking Austin Eckler over Bijan. So let's see what you do here, Senior Fellowship. Oh, Stephon
I was
Diggs.
gonna say you're jumping to Bijan that early.
Well, I took him at the 109. Bijan typically is going off as the
There you go.
RB2. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not prone to take Bijan at all, simply because he has not shown me anything, and that Atlanta Falcons is a very scary sight and scenario. If he wasn't being drafted in the first round every single time, maybe I'd have more exposure to him, but I literally have zero exposure to Bijan. And I'm okay with that. I'll let everybody else jump on the hype.
Oh, there's Brown.
AJ Brown, yeah. So you'll see a bunch of. I did a mock draft earlier today on Yahoo, just for shits and gigs. Just wanted to see what the ADP was looking like over there, and boy, did I have a stacked team. You know, we get to the end of the draft, and I have to get a kicker and a defense, and there's so much talent still on the board. So I am looking forward to our redraft leagues as well. But best ball is, especially here on Drafters, this is where the Sharks come to play. If you guys don't know, we're drafting here on drafters.com. Sign up today using code DiscoDrafts1. When you sign up, you get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. It's the best promo code out there. There's no other promo code that does this. And if there is, they're lying to you. I'm the only one, I promise. All deposits are done in US dollars, so keep that in mind when you do make your initial deposit. Once again, Disco Drafts 1. We are also doing best ball format. If you're not familiar with best ball format, essentially it's the most convenient and easiest way for you to draft. The reason why it's the most convenient way for you to draft is you're never going to have to set a lineup ever again. So the only time you'll ever have to see this team is if it wins you some big buckaroos at the end of the season. The way it works is it takes the culmination of your best players who fill your fantasy roster slots, performances at the end of every week. And once the week is done, it'll take all the best performances, so you'll never have to set a lineup, and it'll put it right on your matchup there. So it's good to go. All right. So back to the draft. We got AJ Brown, Austin Eckler, St. Brown around the bend. We got Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, surprise, surprise. Jonathan Taylor. We got the first stack. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Saquon goes to the Bijan team. Gabe Wilson goes to Senior Fellowship. Patrick Mahomes off the board. So we got some spitefulness there where the Kelce Mahomes stack was blocked. All right.
I'm just looking over at your screen right now to see what you're gonna do. Oh,
Going Devontae. I'm not going to
Yeah.
queue anybody up just because there are people who are drafting with us in here, so I don't want them to know my thoughts. I don't want them to know what I'm doing. And even if they did, they'd probably still snipe it because everybody in drafters is a shark. You're going to get your best shots on net and practice reps drafting here simply because everybody's paying to be involved here, right? So you're going to get 20 rounds where everybody's drafting every single pick, trying to get better, trying to get the best team. Yeah, do what you got to do, buddy. Mark Andrews. Oh, the stack correlation right off the rip. I like it. I like it. That is a dangerous team. I don't think I've seen a lineup like that. And I'm not just sucking up because I want you to be here more often so I can chit chat with you. But that is huge. You got Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson. You also have that Justin Jefferson pick, which is going to kill it for you. So you're off to a great start. Josh Allen goes off the board. Same with Josh Jacobs.
The one of one there, like it's given. And then being able to get a stack like that on a snake bend just felt like, I don't know, too good to give up.
All right. So I've been talking a lot about this guy, and I love the idea of Trevor Lawrence this year. And I think it's time for me to start really drafting what I believe in. And I believe Calvin Ridley, even though he's gone in the third round at the third pick, I believe Calvin Ridley is still Calvin Ridley, and he's going to have a phenomenal season. I think we might say Trevor Lawrence is going to be in the conversation for MVP at the end of the year. So they might even be an AFC Championship finalist team. So with that being said, what's your take on Jags this year? How do you feel about them?
Personally, I've been big on Lawrence for a while, and it just like feels like now that he's got the proper staff around him and or management around him too, to actually make him want to play how he should have been since he got in the league. We can actually see who he was when he got or who people thought he was going to be when he got drafted.
Yeah, I mean, there's no questions about it. He's a generational talent. If you ask the folks in Philly, yeah, they got a Super Bowl out of Senor Peterson, but he also left them with a sour taste in the mouth. See, the Philly fan base is just one of those fan bases you can't please, no matter what. Like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it's also a place that I would not be confident or comfortable going into as an away fan because I value my life. And they are a crazy bunch. I think they are the most violent, crazy, outrageous fan base. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I'm very big on him. I'm very big on the Jags this year. I think their defense even made a big jump. Travis Etienne off the board, seeing as how we're talking about Jags. Kenneth Walker gone. I'm starting to like Kenneth Walker more and more as I do these drafts.
I was just about to ask you what your thoughts on Allen, and then here we go.
Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
I'd rather not reach on a Keenan Allen. And yeah, even though it's the fourth round, I still think Keenan Allen's a reach. Okay. Sure, there's a lot of upside there, but he's burnt me way too many times in the past. He's the most injury-prone player on the most injury-riddled team in the NFL. And it's not even close. All right. Christian Watson here, Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, Mike Williams, Drake London. We got a lot of juicy value here at the wide receiver position. We might as well stay with the wide receiver position and
go with Mike Will made it.
No, let's
I know.
Snipe you from your guy.
Yeah,
I personally hate that pick, but I'm petty, and that's why we did it. Christian Kirk goes off the board right after Christian Watson. DeAndre Hopkins off the board. Who do you think is going to be throwing the ball to him if Kyler's not going to be healthy? Are you thinking it's Tune? Oh, you're up. My bad.
Yeah. So I know where I'm going with one of these, and I don't know where I'm going for the receiver, though. All right. Well.
Okay. First homer pick.
Yeah, I had to. I can't completely lose out.
It's okay. That's okay. Now let's see what you do around the bend now. I know. Oddly enough, this is one of those drafts where the running backs are going relatively early. There's still a lot of very juicy wide receiver value. Mike Williams, great pick. You know what? I know you had him in our big league last year.
Yeah.
And he may have burnt you a couple of weeks, but he was also very good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's going to be a 50-50. It was hard to pass up there.
Yeah. I will pass on Keenan Allen every time. Mike Williams, not so much. Joe Mixon
You
off
see
the
a
board.
Mixon pick. Yeah, that's good for us.
Yeah, but it's also bad for us because if I'm going to reach for my guy. I have to reach for my guy. I got to get that stack. So I'm happy with the pick. I know it's a reach, but
Oh,
I got
Rams are already linked to trade rumors for Mixon.
Really?
Yeah, as of yesterday, apparently.
That would ruin. Well, I mean, if Cam Akers is involved in the trade, that's huge for Cam Akers, but that would definitely ruin Cam Akers' situation. But as I was talking about earlier, if Alvin Kamara's situation last year, where his allegations had just come up, are any indication of how the NFL is going to proceed with Joe Mixon and his situation, I think he is a great steal in the later rounds, especially since he's on a contract year. So he's due to ball out so he can secure the bag, and he might deal with the suspension the following year. What's your takes on that? Is he a do not touch? Because you seem very hesitant and also very skittish when Joe Mixon came up.
Yeah, the last season, I think, was an outlier in general for Cincinnati, maybe throughout the regular season. Like Perrin was outperforming him on weeks when Mixon was actually healthy. So it was just the committee was hard to rely on. But then when I just saw that if he's linked to trades, then that might change things.
Well, Perine's now in Denver, so
I
don't think we'd have to worry about that, even though that young Canadian from London, Evans, was picked up in the draft. I don't think any of them are going to be detrimental to Joe Mixon's touches. I think if he stays out of jail and stays out of suspension, he's a great steal and great value. I'm starting to lean towards liking him a little bit more. I would just like to see him fall towards the later end of the 5th round. Oh, we're seeing a huge run on wide receivers now. Brandon
gone, that was massive.
Gone. Pickens gone. Jackson Smith. I can't say that name. It's the second day in a row I can't say that name. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Deontay Johnson goes to our good friend, the fellow. All right.
What are your thoughts on Swift now that he's in Philly?
At first, I was afraid. Shit, I was even petrified. I need to run it back here. I'll go with Swift.
I was going to say, like, that's why I was asking you that. I wasn't.
Yeah. So my thoughts on Swift is this. At first, I was absolutely terrified, but I'm building this YouTube video and this content on the YouTube video about the correlation between running backs who need to secure the bag and them outperforming their ADP in terms of fantasy. So you don't necessarily have to reach up in fantasy drafts to get them. Unfortunately, we all know that like the NFL stands for not for long for a lot of these folks, and the running back position in particular. So in correlation, there's been a lot of years in the last 3-4 years where the running back value has reduced, though the production has been more pivotal than it's ever been.
Part of me wants to go with Gabe Davis. Do I do this?
I
need a receiver.
I would say do what you got to do, man. Stick to your guns. You're the pro here. I'm just here for shits and gigs.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're really stretching this out, man. Cam Akers, I like the pick. Very, very good pick. He's another one on those prove it years, or one of those secure the bag kind of years. Ultimately, the running back position has been devalued to a point of running backs being franchise tagged after having career years. And it's due to the fact that they don't last very long. So running backs are scrapping to get paid as much as they possibly can. So they are playing through significant injuries, more likely now when they got to secure the bag than they were to before, right? Josh Jacobs, prior to his last stellar season, he was pretty injury-ridden like most running backs, but he was more inclined to sit out and miss games for like things like a toe. This last season, he dealt with so many injuries, got the snot kicked out of him, and he still managed to suit up for every game, played his heart out, and ended up with a franchise tag. Same thing with Saquon Barkley. Mind you, the franchise tag is 10 point something million for a year. You saw Austin Eckler get a franchise tag, but now he's signed with extra incentives. He's around $8 million. Tony Pollard, another guy who tried to secure the bag last year, came out of nowhere, pipped Ezekiel Elliott. It's unfortunate that he injured his knee, but he also got franchise tagged for 10.09 mil. Who else got franchise tagged last year? There's a lot of other guys who were, very lackluster leading up to the season, last season, and even the year before. Like Miles Sanders, he secured the bag. He's never going to be a good football player ever again. He secured a way bigger bag than Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs. Like the fact that Miles Sanders is Jamal Williams is another guy who's like had to secure the bag. He's another guy who I'm starting to fade heavily because he secured the bag. He's good for the next 3 years. He's a little bit older. Guys who don't fit that mold are guys like Derrick Henry, simply because he's on the wrong side of 30. He's 29, turning 30. He's made his money. He's made a lot of money. He secured multiple bags. So there's a couple of guys in the draft this year with late round running back value that need to secure the bag, which will allow me to stack elsewhere. That's my secret weapon every year. That's my key to success is go running back, go one running back, try to stack up on every other position, get the best available value at every other position because I know that these guys later on are going to ball out. Josh Jacobs had the average value last year of, or in terms of ATP being drafted like in the 7th, 8th round, 9th round in some drafts. Anyways, I've been babbling. How's the draft going for you, buddy? How are you feeling?
Not too bad, actually.
Yeah, you like your team?
I'm content with it so far, yeah.
All right, let's review it. You got Justin Jefferson. Oh, I'm up. Sorry, can't review it.
No,
Sorry.
go.
Sorry. That's almost a thing. Sorry. Okay. More Jags correlation. Why not? Let's go ahead and Ingram. We're going all Jags all the time. It would have been nice to get Travis Etienne, but it is what it is. All right, so Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, Cam Akers. I see no problems with this. No problem.
I need to pick up another tight end soon.
I think you can get away with 2 tight ends with your current build.
I just have the one, that's all.
Gotcha.
Might
How do
go
you
with
feel
Njoku.
about? Gotcha. How do you feel about Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker not in a stack?
One sec.
Yeah, you're good.
I need to think. Hey, you'll like this one.
Juju. I don't know what we were thinking, signing Juju to that weird contract.
Yeah.
Samaje Perine gone. That's devastating.
I actually don't know if he can perform as the guy anywhere, so we'll see. But
all right. Well, since we're on the concept and topic of prove it deals, let's go with AJ Dillon. He's due for a new contract. I drafted with Knifey the other day. He's a Giants fan, and I went Giants heavy. I'm drafting with you today, and I'm going Packers heavy. It makes no sense why I'm so influenced by you guys, but whatever. We got our 2 tight end correlations, so I think we're good at tight end for the rest of the time, the rest of the draft. Bye weeks are not conflicting. It's the worst when you get conflicting bye weeks and you're not even paying attention to that. So we're happy at that position. Our running back position is very solid. We need to start looking more wide receiver base.
I think I got my next 2 picks here.
All right. Gonna try to look at the board and see who I can snipe off you.
Dak was taken.
Since our friend the fellowship is in here, I want to look at his the fantasy fellowship. Sorry, I want to look at his team. Stephon Diggs. Everybody knows I love me some Stephon Diggs. Garrett Wilson, Ramondre Stevenson, so he went heavy in that division. Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, so he's got some correlation there. Deontay Johnson, Damian Pierce, James Cook, Dak Prescott. Okay, it's a very solid squad. We are definitely drafting with a pro here. He is a shark. He's got 38 drafts already.
Yeah.
My man's in it to win. I respect it.
There's 31 or 39 over at Snowman too.
Oh God. But I'm happy with our team. I'm happy with my team. And
no way.
I think your first draft is going very well.
Rogers got sniped.
Oh, your two quarterbacks are gone. Well, Cousins got taken as well.
Yeah, there's really nothing there for me. Let's go with Russell Wilson. I was looking to fill my extra tight end before I should have filled. I didn't realize I only had the one quarterback until now. That was a bit of a slip up.
Now, when you're drafting at this point, are you looking to draft based off of like team need or based off of best available?
I think I go off of need towards the middle and then best available at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kamara off the board.
Oh.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, it's just like generally speaking, I want to make sure that I'm rounded out, and then I'll go for value picks after. But
in terms of value, I see just running back value. How do you feel about Odell Beckham Jr. this season in Baltimore?
I mean, he may or may not be queued up for me, just given the fact that I have the rest of Baltimore. But if he gets taken, then he's taken.
I'm petty, man. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. You're never going to want to join me in one of these again. I don't blame you. But I just had to take best available in terms of wide receiver because
there's no doubt. Yeah. So that was I think that was the right pick to make.
Yeah, and I was kind of just waiting for you to tell me that you had him queued up so I can snipe him from you. I don't know if he's going to do well, but if he does, he's one of those high up ceiling, high upside players that you try to target in these middle rounds. I feel like these are the rounds that can make and break your team. Russell Wilson, I think, is going to have a bounce back year. So
he'll have a year, the most year of all time. Who knows?
It'll be a year.
Yeah, it'll exist.
Do you think he'll actually communicate with his teammates and be in the locker room as opposed to his own private office? That's a great pick. I like the Jamal Williams pick there.
Yeah, I really do hope that Russell Wilson doesn't go pretty boy and better than that.
I just think that's the weirdest story I've ever heard in my entire life. He had his own private office. It's super bizarre.
Yeah.
And no, if that's the case, no wonder why his defensive tackle, who is an absolute no-name, is yelling at him in the middle of nowhere. We went Jacoby Myers. I don't think he's going to have an outstanding season by any means, but he was best available at the wide receiver position. I'm trying my hardest to leave some room for the running back position later on. This is the first time I've drafted this year here on Drafters where we're at the 10th round and I have more wide receivers than I have running backs.
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 5 wide receivers. The count's actually right here. 3 running backs. We're doing good. We got 2 tight ends. We got a quarterback. We're doing really good. Our team's got a lot of depth. Kendre Miller's off the board. Fellowship's got that correlation with Kendre Miller and Alvin Kamara. Very, very smart. I like it. I respect it. Tyler Boyd gone. Khalil Herbert gone. How do you feel about the Bears this year? So
they're not allowed to do well. The football gods will not ever allow the Bears to do well. I don't ever even look at them as a threat. I'm sorry if there's any Bears fans in this stream.
Wow.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers is somehow managed to manhandle them last season. Despite everything going on, he's still, yeah.
I feel like it was more the Green Bay defense.
Defense, yes. Yeah.
which would be a defense I'm going to be eyeing in redraft format because they only got better.
Oh yeah, the defense is actually where I'm most excited.
How do you feel about the new addition of Luke Musgrave, the tight end? I don't know too much about him. I have not done my research yet. I have not put on the highlight tape. Do you know?
He's a threat, but I'm much more excited by our. At first, I was upset because, of course, the Packers have another chance for a early round of offensive weapon, and then we got a lineman,
Van Ness.
Van Ness, yeah,
the hockey player. That guy, he's cool.
He's massive. Have you seen him?
He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's JJ Watt built.
Yeah. That's what I was. That's I think what the hope was when they went from.
Sorry, TJ Watt.
Yeah.
He also. What's that Castle?
Thielen. I was actually just asking if you were going to go with him.
No, I'm fading Thielen heavily. I was saying Thad Castle. He looks like Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State, does he not?
Yes. Now known as Jack Reacher.
Great show.
Yeah. Way better than Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is not bad, but
yeah. Since I've gone Packer heavy, we're gonna go Jordan Love and address our second.
I like that. I actually like that more than Russell Wilson, I'll be honest. In terms of upside, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just doing it since I've already dug myself into this hole. I think what I'm doing subconsciously is like I am forcing myself to draft Packers players so you don't pull a homer. I'm biting the bullet for you here.
So what was that?
I'm biting the bullet.
Well, what was that though? Just I need you to look at the pick.
Oh, Romeo Dobbs off the board.
I was upset. I was making you upset.
No, it's okay. It's a good troll move. It's a fun troll move. But yeah, I have to be eyeing Musgrave now. Since I'm going full Packers right now. I also can look at trying to see if I have any other correlation potentially. I would say Trey Lance. I did see him up and walking recently.
I didn't click soon enough. That's my fault.
John, whatever. Anything happens to Najee, God forbid.
Yep. Get a little handcuff. I actually wanted to go with Singletary, but
he's another guy who's due for a contract, so he's another money back
exactly. That's the only reason I know that.
Roshan Johnson off the board. All right, let's just pull this down.
But the problem is I've said Singletary now, and so you have two choices to pick them before I can.
I'm not going to be that petty because I do have other positional needs that I need to address. All right. I don't think they're going to fade him out completely. God forbid if anything happens to Bijan right off the rip. Tyler Algier will be a good snag here, good pickup. I don't love it, but best available. So why the hell not? 13th round. I remember doing a mock draft prior to the draft on Yahoo for poops and gigs, and he was getting drafted in the top 3 rounds. So Bijan really changed the whole dimension of drafting Algier. I feel like he's going to get some usage, and he might have a couple spike weeks as well. There's no way that Bijan's going to take literally every single touch. Have you caught up on Succession, by the way?
I'm streaming through it. I don't know how you watch so much of that show so quickly, but I think didn't it line up with your insomnia?
I mean, like when you have one of those insomnia nights, it's always good to binge a good show, and that's definitely one of the shows I binged. It's a great show. I'm all caught up. I watched the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Can't lie, I'm a big fan. Donovan Peoples-Jones goes after Algier. DJ Chark, Michael Gallup, wasted pick. Alec Pierce, another wasted pick.
Valdez Scantling.
Valdez. Van Jefferson, I like. Laporta, I love. I do love Laporta. I don't know why, but your division is a division that I historically would avoid. This year, I like
Oh yeah.
the talent in that division. I've been eyeing that division. All right, around the bend, Greg Dulcich gone, Kyler Murray gone. I don't think he's going to be ready. How do you feel about Caleb Toon?
I wouldn't be able to say enough, but like I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think I could say enough about him either. I threw on the tape. Athletic freak. He's very, very athletic. But do I think he's NFL ready? No. That's why I'm fading guys like Marquise Brown. That's why I'm fading guys like DeAndre Hopkins. It's nothing against them talent-wise. It's simply I have no idea who's throwing them the football. And they're probably going to get the first overall pick next year, 2024. And it's another good year to go quarterback, but Kyler's under. Oh, there goes Singletary. If Kyler's under contract for however long he's under contract, I don't see them getting out of that clean. Oh, I see the guy I want. All right. So the Fellowship, also a Packers fan, pass up on Jaden Reed. Hopefully Martin Gortat passes up on him as well, so I can pick him up. Very happy to get him here. And we got him. Let's go. Jaden Reed. We are having a good draft. We are having a very good draft. We do need running backs desperately, though. Our top 3 running backs, solid. We can get by, but we need to find running back value now. We may need a third quarterback also. Mims gone. Knox gone.
I was listening to you too much. Oh God.
My friend, you're on the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even realize who Singletary was picked up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Tank Bigsby is another guy who I'm iffy on, but I put on the tape today and kind of sold. Oh God. Good pick. You are not being a homer today. You are drafting the opposition, and I respect it. I'm proud of you. You've come a long way. All right. So I've been talking about this every stream that like I see Zeke fall to these rounds. I'm like, it's a shame that I have too many running backs and I can't take them. Guess what? I don't. We're in position to take them.
I was thinking about it too, actually.
I'm patting myself on the back for that one because I've wanted to snag Zeke in these late rounds for the longest time. Round 15, Ezekiel Elliott, wherever he goes, he's going to have a couple spike weeks, vulturing some touchdowns. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Singletary didn't even make it halfway through that.
Oh, no, longer.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, Bryce Young, we're starting to see a little run on.
He went 8 before me.
Quarterbacks, Gerald
Everett, okay, yeah. He needed tight ends, so. Oh, no.
There's a lot of good.
He wasn't, yeah. I just saw Fellowship is that he didn't have any tight ends, and then his last 4 rounds have had 3.
I mean, it's good value. He just needs one of them.
Oh, yeah. Higbee.
That's best ball. If this was redraft format, I think I'd be good with 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. I would not draft more than 2. And I would definitely try to reach for a good quarterback and a good tight end relatively early. Having 2 tight ends is a death sentence in redraft format. But in best ball, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love best ball. There's no stress. You don't have to worry about anything. Stacks can come and go. You don't have to stress. It's okay to draft naked, not live on stream. And when I say drafting naked, like not having stacks, obviously. God. But Leonard Fournette gone, great value. Spears gone, Stroud, CJ Samuel, Shakir, Brock Production. also gone. It's cool to see that Purdy's gone before Trey Lance. Josh Downs is still available. Michael Mayer is still available. John Mechie still. There's still a lot of value. Do you think Kareem Hunt gets picked up by anybody this year? Yeah.
I just with the volatility of running backs, I would say yes. Like someone's probably going to get hurt and someone's going to need someone to come in. Like it's just that position has so much turnover, but am I convincing you against picking him or to pick him? Or is that where this is going?
No, I just generally want to know your take on the situation, because I'm not leaning any particular way. I'm kind of like more hesitant because yes, the position is volatile, but he as a human being is also volatile.
Yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm gonna go with Trey Lance.
Okay.
If the man plays, he is going to be insanely good, and if he doesn't play and Purdy doesn't, there's no way Purdy's coming back from that injury. Like I've done all my research on that procedure. The fact that he got his great pick. Oh, you took my guy.
Yeah, I was worried you were gonna take him. I was actually like I'm like, oh yeah, I don't pick no one in my division, and then
I like the Jedi mind tricks. Curious to see what you do here around the bend.
Yeah. I was so hung up on that
like I made my one pick. I'm good. Taysom.
Yeah, I kind of I don't know how he works in this, but like he can. I feel like in best ball he could be a weapon, right?
He's a flex. He's
exactly.
a tremendous flex.
And like because I don't have to worry about picking him or not, I can just randomly have those massive weeks from him for free.
Absolutely. All right. Now with Breece Hall being out and Michael Carter being in the doghouse and Zonovan Knight not being quite the most spectacular running back, even though he did save a lot of fantasy seasons last year, I feel like Israel Abinaconda is such great value. I think he's going to start the first 2 to 4 weeks. I don't think Breece Hall is going to be right. So I think Abinaconda is one of those great late round steals in a very fantastic situation with a team that we know is going to run the football. And we also know that they're going to be playing with quite a few leads with having a new prolific passer in town. And they're going to have to run out the clock. So whether it is Breece Hall or Abinaconda, we know we're going to have some spike performances and some huge touchdown outside. So I'm very happy with that pick. I swear, drafting running back late, it's got to be the move. I'm not a fan of the Algier pick, but it works. He'll get a touchdown or two, and it works. If it was redraft, I wouldn't touch it. Algier, I wouldn't touch Zeke. Abinaconda, I definitely would try to get a couple shares of him. But I love Swift. I love Dylan. We went exactly how we wanted to go here. I'm very happy with our draft. Desmond Ridder off the board, another guy who I am very high on this year, and I don't know why. I'm very high on the Falcons as a whole. Deuce Vaughn, gone. Love the pick. Trey McBride, gone. Another good pick. I don't see Zach Ertz coming back. He's on the wrong side of 30 as well, and his injury is relatively catastrophic. Hayden Hurst, great blocker. Doesn't really translate to fantasy football, but whatever. He's a starter. You doing all right here, bud?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with what's on the board too.
Good. Very good. So I think we're good at we're good at every position. It would be nice to get another tight end, but we're not going to force it. I don't think I have much correlation or stackage left, except for Musgrave. But I see somebody who I would draft over Musgrave. Oh, never mind. He's gone. Jelani Woods. Big fan. Devontae Parker gone. We've seen Devontae Parker in the year or the league for so many years, and yeah, he'll have a spike week or two, but his inconsistency is driving all Pats fans nuts. So I'm assuming it's driving Bill nuts as well. CAH gone. That's another guy on a prove it year. So if he does get traded or does get dealt, he's in a prime position to really perform. And I feel like he started off the season very strong last year. There's nothing wrong with him other than the fact that he got injured, right? So I think he's RB2 right now in that room. And Pacheco runs really hard, so it's a good handcuff situation. I'm a big fan of that pick. Usually he goes undrafted. That's a good pick too. James Robinson. I like it.
Now, my question is, do I go for a third QB just to round it out?
You got Lamar Jackson.
And but like I don't even really have a second because it's Russell Wilson.
Oh. Well, who's available? Will Levi, Mac Jones, Baker Mayfield,
Tannehill. Fuck it. I'll do this for you.
Oh wow. I would prefer that you didn't.
It's
really
my
hard.
second
I'm really
last
hard on,
pick. It's my second.
No, I'm
it's
really
my
hard on
19th
Mac
pick.
Jones. I'm really hard on Mac Jones, but he has everything in place to do well this year. And as a Pats fan, I'm going to cheer for him until he gives me no reason to cheer for him. Oh, there goes my Musgrave. Dang.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize the guy before you, 40 drafts as well. Olu.
All right, Allen Robinson.
There's a couple of vets in here. There's 30, 39, 38, 40. And then I'm the only fresh drafter here.
Hey, man, it's okay. I know you're a
it.
shark, and I know you have this nice guy persona that you try to put up front on, but we know deep down you're a stone cold killer. And there's wow, these are some good drafters. Ty Chandler, also another guy I really wanted, and they snagged him. People are getting better and better. It was good to get started relatively early. So yeah, we got some tough sledding coming ahead leading up to the season, but I'm excited. I like the team we drafted today. I love the competition. I love how everybody on drafters brings their A game. This is good. Very good. Kareem Hunt still available. See, he would be such a great value right now. 20th round, Kareem Hunt still available. Beyond me. We just need one team to pick him up, whether it be injury or whatever. Like, we just need one team to pick him up, and that's a steal and a half. How many running backs are you at?
I have 6. So I'm happy. Honestly, I'm like tempted to go into the bottom of the barrel and see if someone signs Jarvis Landry.
Well, rumor has it that who was the team that I read on today that was looking at signing Jarvis Landry? The Minnesota Vikings. Rumor has it that Minnesota Vikings are looking for more physicality and a better blocker in the receiver position because Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson don't really fit that mold.
No,
and if it gets down to the itty gritty, and they need those short yardage blocking and also somebody who's reliable. Jarvis Landry was in the conversation there. I feel like it would be an awkward fit.
Oh yeah.
I think receiver is one of those positions where every team's stacked. No team's really looking for receivers anymore. All right, last pick. Crazy. I really want to take Cordell Patterson here because I'm a big believer, but I also feel like I need another tight end because the two we have are good enough. We're going Cordell Patterson. Let's go.
No.
Our team's done.
That's where I was going to go. I don't even know where I'm going now.
I'm curious to see where you go with this now.
You're convinced. Maybe I just go on the opposite side of your bet.
Okay. I mean, I respect it. I definitely do. Let's review your draft. At the quarterback position, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Mac Jones. How would you grade yourself at the quarterback position, my friend?
I definitely got ahead of myself after getting Lamar, and then I saw everyone kind of disappear, and so I faded quarterbacks for a bit. I'm still happy. I don't know if I was as happy as I was when I got, when I got my first 3 picks, I was ecstatic, and then I kind of went downhill from there slightly, but like my first 3, Justin Jefferson, Andrews, and Jackson, and then things kind of started getting sniped for me on the way in.
I think you're giving yourself not enough credit because you had a very, very good draft. I think your quarterback room in general, B plus, if not A minus. Mac Jones has his offensive coordinator back. Russell Wilson has Sean Payton. Lamar Jackson's in a new system with a new contract. Really, really good job. And best part is you didn't mix up your bye weeks, so you're great there.
I made sure of that.
And then running back position, we got Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, Jamal Williams, Jalen Warren, Dante Foreman, James Robinson, Jonathan Knight. How do you feel about your running back room?
B minus.
B minus?
Yeah, B minus.
I think I like your first 3, but the last 4 are all handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, if Najee Harris goes down, Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert and Ramondre Stevenson and Brees Hall and Israel Abanaconda all go down, you're winning this thing. So it's good. It's good. Your wide receiver room's elite. I love your wide receiver room.
Yeah.
And then your tight ends are very good as well. And Taysom Hill is low-key a terrifying prospect at the flex position to not have on your team. The fact that other people have him and I have 0 shares. He fell to me in the 20th round every round last year. He went undrafted if I didn't take him, and he benefited for me tremendously because not a lot of people believed in Taysom Hill, and I did. So let's take a look at my team, and I'll just let you grade me here. We got Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Trey Lance at the quarterback position. How do you feel about it? How did I do, buddy?
I like how rounded out it is.
Fudge. See what I did here?
Well, what? You only get one quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you did kind of mess that up a tiny bit, but
yeah. Well, I wonder
realistically, you're just going to be
week 6 or week 9. Sorry,
week 9. Yeah, you're betting on Jordan Love week 9. Here, let me check that for you.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
I pooped.
Rams.
Oh,
but
Rams
it's in Green Bay too, and so that's going to be like it's going to be cold in Green Bay.
Yeah,
they're not going to know what to do. Yeah.
Listen, Rams are going down. They're on a downhill. Coach Devo, I'm sorry, Rams stuck now. At the running back position, we got CMC, DeAndre Swift, AJ.
Oh my God, I like yours. Yeah,
Zeke, Israel Abanaconda, Cordell Patterson. We have a lot of unique flexibility.
You say that I had a bunch of handcuffs, which is true, but part of that's because I was going to go with Zeke. I was going to go with Cordell. And then at one point I was actually going to pick Swift too. You kind of,
I beat you to the punch, and you should not share your thoughts with me and draft with me live because I am a shark and I'm an asshole and I apologize.
Oh man, I don't care about anything other than Odell. If Odell has a good season and
I want to get more Zay Flowers, but I can never, he never falls to me. He always gets picked up and I'm never reaching for him. It's never just like the perfect landing spot in terms of ADP where I can get Zay Flowers. I'm very high on Zay Flowers. I'm fading Rashad Bateman. Odell had a full year off. He's in a good situation with a quarterback who likes him. The culture loves him. So it could be good. I'm just not betting on it. the same way. Did you know that when he signed his contract with the LA Rams, he signed it in Bitcoin? There are several players who made that mistake where they signed in Bitcoin
And then
practically
crashed.
practically pissed away their salary there. It was like a $9 million or $3 million salary in Bitcoin. There was another offensive tackle who did the same thing. Pretty foolish. To round out the wide receiver position, we got Devontae Smith as a wide receiver 1, Calvin Ridley, Christian Watson, Odell Beckham Jr., Jacoby Myers, Jaden Reed, Cedric Tillman, Allen Robinson. You got to give me an A there, bud. Right?
I'm just
that's a plus. And Darren Waller, Evan Ingram. I'm happy with our team. I
think you're excelling everywhere except for tight end, which is kind of irrelevant.
Darren Waller and Ingram.
For some reason, I thought they were on the same bye week.
No. I would not make that mistake there. But I'm very happy with my draft. I'm very happy with my team, and I'm very happy that you got to join me today. We've been talking about this forever, and the fact that we're putting this dream, into fruition. It's really nice, and I just want to say, publicly, I'm very appreciative of you and all the things that you've done for me, and how supportive you've been as a friend. And I look forward to, going from 6 viewers to 6,000 viewers. That's the goal. You got to reach high. We'll get there someday. We're just starting. We'll keep going. Thank you for joining us. Is there anything that you'd like to tell the people here and before we sign off?
Stick with this guy. Oh, this guy. He's a good guy. I think that I'm going to learn from you, so I'm going to do more of these drafts. I got twice as much money out of it as I would, which means twice as much experience and good times out of it as I would have if not for you. So I'm excited to do that. And I've only done $3 of like 100, so I've done 3% right now. And who knows what's going to come. So we're only 3% of the way there. You haven't seen enough of my ugly face yet. And hopefully there'll be more to come.
Well, we'd love to have you here. There's always spot for you here, always room for you here. Whenever you want, get into a draft with us. And I think, honestly, once you start mastering this ADP around like 7, 8 drafts, you'll start mastering this ADP, and then you'll jump into like a redraft, mock draft, or like a real redraft, and you're just going to be ahead of everybody. It's so fun. These are the best possible reps. So before we sign off and let you kind folks go, once again, we're drafting on Drafters Fantasy Sports. It's available in all of North America and in Ontario. There's no other paid best ball tournament in Ontario. These are the only guys who do it, and they're the best guys who do it, in my opinion. Thank you so much to Drafters for the partnership. When you sign up, use code DiscoDrafts1. Get up to $100 match with your initial deposit. All transactions are done in American dollars. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Honestly, this has been such a cool journey. We're going to start doing more than just live drafts here and start creating more content. And yeah, this is fun. It's a very, very tiresome journey, but it's very rewarding at the same time. So once again, Liam, thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody else. Have a good night, guys.